Hello everybody and welcome to Formula Performance Season 4 Round 6 here at a wet Singapore street circuit for this evening's race. I'm afraid this evening it is only me. Nexus Aspect is not feeling too great, so I hope he feels better soon. We're at that time of year at the moment in winter where you get a lot of things happening, people missing with things like that. So we've got 13 drivers, Stephen. We might have one or two joining in the middle due to some internet issues. But we have Panda back, who was out last week. He's now in the Toro Rosso. So thankfully he has now got rid of the dreaded Williams. And well, in the Williams is Oxy and also Flying From. Then we have T. Smith in the other Toro Rosso. The two Alphas of Lennon and Pagani. We've got two Haas cars this evening. I think we've only got one Haas car of Cat, and then we've got two Renaults, two McLarens, and a Red Bull. We don't have any Ferraris or Mercedes as far as I'm aware, and we've got one racing point this evening. So at the moment it's intermediates, and by the looks of it, so we'll see if it stays intermediates for the whole session, or if it gets a little bit drier. We might see a bit of a changeable qualifying, which may change the grid up very slightly, hopefully. Singapore is quite, it's notorious for being very difficult. It's the longest track, so it's a very long race. It's probably, if it's wet it can take an hour for a 50% race around Singapore, so it's quite a challenging circuit, but hopefully most of these guys will be used to running around Singapore, so yeah, hopefully they don't have too many issues. You usually see a couple. It's that kind of circuit where it's very similar to Monaco, for example. A lot of walls very close, so we'll go on board with Cat at the moment. We'll see how he gets on. He's coming to the end of sector 1, just down basically that's the only real long straight, probably the main overtaking point. He could overtake down into turn 1, but it's not a particularly long straight, and that kind of straight there at the end of sector 1 is kind of the most common part to overtake in. He's just coming round a couple of the corners in sector 2. Oh, has a little bit of a slide, and then we're coming down to what used to be the horrible sling chicane that a lot of drivers didn't like, so they changed it. Yeah, that wasn't the most pleasant for driving in Formula 1. Oh, he went a little bit wide. Doesn't seem very comfortable. That Haas, obviously, it's not got the best brakes, so in the wet it's probably going to be even worse. But you never know. The Haas's haven't, I don't think, from memory, they've not went particularly well so far this season. But hopefully they don't. It's not too bad for them. So in terms of the championship at the moment, Flying From is top, and then we've got Blue Flag in second, Unsafe in third, and then we've got Pagani and Panda just behind them. So it's actually quite close at the top of the standings. So they are the main top five at the moment, as Cat sets 57.6, but then Oxy beats it by 1.5 seconds just behind him in a 56.1. Then we've got Oven that's just set a 57.1. Oh, as Cat actually has had a moment after he set his lap. And someone else is probably slowing down at the end of the track as well. Zumpy's on a lap at the moment. Pagani goes fastest in the Alfa Romeo. Zumpy goes P3 with his time. Panda beats it by a couple of tenths of a second. So Pagani does like the rain. He does seem to thrive in these kind of conditions. So I'd imagine Pagani probably would have hoped for this to happen. Most other people don't like the rain, but it is very much an advantage if you do like the rain, because the vast majority of people really don't. T Smith also set a lap, so the Toro Rossos are currently 1st and 4th at the moment. The rain doesn't... don't know if it's... well, it is still raining. I had a strange camera angle there that wasn't showing me the rain. So it is still raining at the moment. So it doesn't look like it's getting dry anytime soon. So I don't know if these guys are going to try and do a couple of laps. It kind of helps in the way it usually are intermediates if you do a few laps to kind of get used to the conditions. So we'll see if they've fueled for a few laps. Doesn't look like T Smith's on a lap. Alright, the other guys, it looks like they're only doing one lap at the moment as they're all not using any ERS. We'll go on board with onto the podium. He's in the Renault for tonight. Oh, there's a yellow flag in sector 1. Just coming into the 3rd sector. He's about to go under the little bridge, which has been the site of quite a few accidents over the years. And then we've got this tricky right left for the final corner. Looks quite smooth. It didn't look like he had any major issues, as Andy just sets the fastest time. And then we've got so very close at the top of the moment. So we've got Andy in the Renault on a 55.5, and then we've got Panda just behind, a 10th behind, Unsafe just a 10th behind, and onto the podium right behind that. And then we've got Pagani in 5th place as well. So they're very closely matched at the top, so hopefully this is a sign of things to come. Blue flag has set up, he's down in 11th. He probably would have hoped to be slightly higher up, I think. I think he's still trying to go for a lap at the moment. Maybe he's still in 5th. I'm not sure if he's on a lap, but he may be, but he is using his ERS quite a bit at the moment, so... Coming round to the straight at the end of sector 2. He's 2.6 seconds up on his time, which would put him near enough at the top, roughly, but we'll keep on board. I don't think the ERS thing is working on my screen, as Pagani puts it on pole now, and then Zumpy beats that, so the times are coming down, so I don't know if it's getting a little bit drier. As actually Panda's just set a blistering time of a 54.1, so that's 7/10 nearly quicker than Zumpy, as Andy just puts it into P2, and then we get T Smith and P3, so it must be getting a little bit drier out there because the times are quickly tumbling at the moment. And Blue Flag put it up to P5 on his lap, so that was a good lap from him. I think he'll be coming into the pits at the end of that. Oh, what's that? Okay, that's just someone slowed down. Yeah, Pagani's just slowing down to let someone by. Who's on a lap? Flying Throw? No, he's not on a lap. He's saving his ERS. Who's closest? Right, we'll watch Oxy's on an outlap at the moment. Oxy's near. Well, he's one of the quickest in Formula Performance, which is why he's in the Williams. Possibly the worst track to be in a Williams in, other than Monaco. It's got absolutely well, it might as well have a no wing, to be honest. It wouldn't make that much of a difference. It's not getting any downfalls whatsoever. So yeah, it's going to be a difficult evening for Frome and Oxy, I'd imagine. I mean, the times aren't that bad actually, considering they're in a Williams. So I mean, we'll keep an eye on Oxy and see what his pace is like to his previous lap. So he's just coming through the first few corners. Kept it nice and tidy. Oh, so Cat has a 5-place grid penalty. Oh, and he's lost his wing as he's collided with Pagani. Don't know what's happened there. Something has certainly went on. So Oxy, I think it said they're 6 temps up on his best through the first sector, which is a big chunk of time. So he's just coming round to, well, I say the newish. It's newish, yeah. I'd say it's still been around for a few years, but it's much nicer in my opinion anyway than the previous layout. So he's just coming down to the straight at the end of sector 2 into the heavy braking point. He's 1.4 seconds up. Maybe a little bit wide, but should be alright. You don't lose much time you go wide there. So if he keeps going at the way he's going at the moment, he could put it up near the top of the grid at the moment, which would be incredible in that Williams. It has been a very, very good lap so far from what I've seen. It's been very stable and he's managed to get a lot of grip out of that Williams, which I find quite incredible. This could actually be a... Oh, Oxy has just put it on provisional pole in a Williams. Well, that was a very, very good lap from Oxy. I don't believe he's going to stay there, but if he does, that is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know how he's managed to put it there. Andy set a bit of an improvement. He's on a 54 flat, so he's only just over a 10th behind. Oh, that's not someone else having an off. So it still doesn't look like it's going to get dry enough for slick, so it looks like this is kind of what it's going to be. So Andy, I don't think he's on a lap. Nobody's actually on a lap at the moment. I'm expecting probably Panda to get pole this evening in the Toro Rosso. And then I'd say possibly Blue Flag and Pagani could be up there. That could be top 3. As much as I'd love to see a Williams on pole, I'm not entirely hopeful. Yeah, I do think he'll be definitely at the top end with that. But it's probably, I doubt he'll get pole. Not really supposed to cut the track there, I'm not going to lie. I took a little bit of a shortcut on the way back to the pits. It's not really what you're supposed to do, but anyway. So T Smith is just coming around to start a lap. This will be his final attempt. That may have invalidated. He's just went a little bit wide out that first corner there. Not sure it's validated. Clearly my ERS thing I don't think is working, but he may have backed off, in fairness. So I have a lot of yellow flags, but I think it's just for people slowing down. So we're coming to the final 2 minutes, so everybody will be getting their final laps in before the end of qualifying. So Panda's just come around to start his final lap. Hopefully everybody gets to the end, gets the complete lap before the time runs out. So Panda's just come around to turn 1. Can validate on that curb just there, but he certainly didn't there, and they kept it very clean. Good traction out of that corner. Oh, blue flag's retired. Don't know if he's had a hit with a barrier or if he's just had a bad lap or not. I'm not entirely sure. Panda's coming down, we'll get to see set time. He's just under a 10th up through the first sector. In fairness, he doesn't need particularly much to get onto pole, so he has a decent middle and last sector. He could be on pole here. So DRS has now been enabled, which just means it's kind of roughly the crossover point to dries, but nobody's went for the dry tyres. Panda didn't get a very good run out of that corner there at all. Koandi's retired, he's not set a faster lap time either. Panda's sector is not been good at all. The thing is, when it gets to this kind of stage, it's neither dries or enters, and although you would think as it gets a bit drier that enters may perform a bit better, usually it doesn't, and usually they actually get a bit slower. And as far as I can see, I do not see anybody that's actually improving really. T Smith's improved his first sector. So keep an eye on T Smith, but I don't believe anybody else is actually improving. So we've got a few people in the chat. So evening to Zom, we had a very good race yesterday. We'll get Lee, Lennon as well. T Smith's just coming around into the third sector. Probably the trickiest sector on the track. A lot of tight and twisty corners. Very easy to make a mistake round any one of these. Unsafe moved up a little bit, he's up to 5th. Just coming around T Smith to complete end of his lap. He's went a little bit wide, I don't know if he's going to improve, no. Lennon's not improved either, so I think that is it. So, got Oxy on pole in a Williams. Which is definitely worth the pole position. God, man, I didn't think I'd see that this evening. Koandi in a Renault is in P2. Then we've got Panda, T Smith, Unsafe, Zumpy, Cat, Lennon, Blue Flag in 9th, Pagani rounds at the top 10, Flying Chrome onto the podium, and Oven is at the back of the grid. So while we have a little bit of a lull, I will remind everybody that we have our charity event on Sunday from 6 PM till 10 PM. So it's a 4-hour endurance race round the GT Sports Circuit of Mount Panorama. And it will be in aid of Mind, which is a mental health charity that most people will be quite familiar with. We've already raised quite a decent sum of money already, but hopefully we raise quite a bit more than that over the next few days, and so hopefully as many as possible will tune in to Sunday evening and show everybody racing a little bit of support. And also I'll be doing 4 hours of commentary for it with a few, I think, some special guests as well that will help me out at points. So hopefully we'll see as many as possible tuning in to hopefully raise money for a good cause. Well, it looks like we have a dry Singapore for the race, for at least the start anyway. But with Singapore, you never know. We could get some rain at some point. Obviously, because it was a wet qualifying, the top 10 can start on whatever tyres they like, so you don't have to start on the softs, which could mean a bit of difference in strategy. Not entirely sure if it's going to be a 1-stop or a 2-stop around Singapore. I do believe Singapore has a bit higher tyre wear than most other circuits, but I've not actually raced there myself on Singapore this game, so I don't really know how many it will be. So as I say, we've got Oxy on pole and the Williams, then we've got Co Andy just behind him, P2, the Toro Rosso of Panda P3, and the other Toro Rosso of T Smith P4. I expect the Toro Rossos could be quite strong in this race. Then we've got Unsafe, who has I believe he's won, I think he's actually won 2 races, I believe. He's at least won 1. I think he's won 2. Zumpy just behind him in the racing point. Then we've got Lennon in the Alpha. Blue Flag is up to 8th in the Red Bull. And then we've got Pat Pagani up to 9th. Flying Frome has moved up a place into 10th. Onto the podiums in 11th. Cat's moved down 5 place because there was a bit of a collision with Pagani. I'm not sure what happened there. So Cat's down to P12, and then we've got Oven at the back on P13. So in terms, nobody has started on the softs. I didn't expect anyone to start on the softs, as I do think there's a bit more tyre wear involved in this track. So we'll get the front man on hards, then we've got second down to 9th on mediums. Flying Frome is also on hards, so both of the Williams are on hards, and Cat and Oven are on hards. Everybody else is on the medium tyre. So we could be seeing Oxy run a little bit further into the race than the other guys behind. Interesting to see if he can manage to stay behind, keep everyone behind him. There are quite a few fast guys right behind him, so interesting to see. If he does, it'll be very well deserved, because in a Williams, I didn't expect to see a Williams anywhere near that position, so hats off to him. Toro Rossos are inside each other. Very odd. They're just coming round to the grid at the moment. Well, at the moment I have a relatively decent camera angle, which makes a bit of a change. Oven seems to like taking the formation lap at a snail's pace, I have noticed, as he's about 10 seconds behind the rest. But here we go. We actually have got a decent camera angle. 5 red lights, and we're off Oxy seems to have got a decent start. Koandi's going alongside into turn 1. Oxy's went a little bit wide, but he's still got the position. Koandi's in P2. Unsafe's managed to get up to P3. Looks clean, I don't think there's any issues at the back either. Unsafe's into P3. And then we've got the Toro Rosso. Oh, Toro Rosso's had a bit of a moment coming out of that corner. That's Panda. Lennon's moved up to P4. We've got guys fighting at the front. Oxy's managed to hold on. Then the sector one. Oh, that Alpha nearly went into the back of the McLaren there. Then we've got Pagani is up 3. He's up to 6th place. Oh, Blue Flag's retired. What's happened to Blue Flag? I don't know what's happened to Blue Flag. Oh, Oxy's Oxy gone. Oh, Oxy's gone as well. And the Williams. Oh, safety car. Oh. You don't see that very often, so we've now had back-to-back safety cars in Formula Performance. Well, after you don't get a safety car, you barely ever get a safety car in this game, and then we've had 2 in a row. So we've lost what was the race leader, Oxy, and we've also lost Blue Flag as well. So after what was a very clean getaway, we've had a couple of incidents in lap 1. Not entirely sure what's happened to Oxy. It was in sector 2. Koandi was a little bit behind him, so I'm not sure if he's just tapped a barrier, which is obviously very easy to do around here. But anyway, Zumpy's into the pits. Don't know if he's had front wing damage, possibly. I don't think so. No, he's not. T. Smith is also in the pits. Front wing damage? No. I think these guys might actually be trying a bit of a different strategy where they're gonna. I think they've start. Oh, we'll get off of that as yep. As Pagani and Cat were merging together. So it's a lot. Kids, do not watch this part of the race, as we have a mountain cat and on a Pagani. Once again, Codemasters makes excellent games. So that has promoted Koandi up into the race lead in the Renault. Then we've got Unsafe, who's up 3 places. And the McLaren, who's had a very good start to his season in Formula Performance. He's only joined a few races ago and he's already good start. Lennon's up to P3 as well. He's up 4 places. Panda's dropped down a place. Then we've got big movers in Pagani, who's up 4. Cat, who's actually up 6. Then we've got Frome, who's up 3, and 1 remaining Williams. Oven, who is in a McLaren in 8th, he's moved up, he's starting at the back. Then we'll go onto the podium, and T. Smith and Zumpy, who have both been in the pits. Zumpy's went onto the softs, which is an interesting choice. Oh god, once again we've got the 2 mountain cars. Yeah, that's not supposed to happen. Definitely not. Hopefully the safety car comes in at the end of the next lap. There's really no need for it to be out any longer than that. So we're down to 11 already. So we've lost Oxy and Blue Flag at the start. I'm still amazed we've seen 2 safety cars in 2 races. Not often you see that. Oh, can't even go on board in the back. That's actually giving me a headache watching them. Honestly, the issues we have in this game. Oh, I'm just going to stick on board with P1. Hopefully that doesn't keep happening. Oh, at least it's making the safety car period a bit interesting. I'm afraid, I think Cat's internet is not going so well. So Pagani and Cat keep swapping position, so I'm not entirely sure who's in P5 and who's in P6 in that, because they seem to be swapping a bit. So I'm not entirely sure. But they're definitely in P5 and P6, but which order? Not a Scooby. Yeah, Cat's back up to P5 now, so I don't know what's happening. We should see the safety car hopefully come in at the end of this lap. We'll probably know very soon if it's coming in. Yeah, safety car in this lap. So we'll get ready for Kawandi backing the pack up at the moment. Definitely a bit of an opportunity for some of the guys that are not usually on the podium, have not had the podium so far this season, to possibly get up there. I've still got the Cat and Pagani that cars are on top of each other. Kawandi's backing up. Has he went yet? No, he's not. He's got at quite a bit of a decent pace. He's not gone yet. He's still not went. He's still not went. He's went now. So we'll get Unsafe and Lennon just behind. Oh, Unsafe has went massively wide. Lennon's jumped up to P2. But then Unsafe has regained the position, but I don't think he might have to give that back. He went off the track. Lennon's still in P3, then we get Panda still in P4. Cat, I think, is in P5, but I'm not entirely sure about that, because his car does seem to be having a few issues. As Pagani's trying to go down, and I don't think Pagani and Panda can see each other. Pagani and Cat, sorry. Pagani's jumped up to 5th because he's went through Cat. So we've got Koandi's got a little bit of a gap now to Unsafe. Lennon is right on the back of Unsafe at the moment. So keep an eye on this. Obviously there's no DRS at the moment, so it's only going to be ERS that they can use. So it'll be interesting to see if Quanti can make a little bit of a gap to the cars behind him. Panda's still in P4, and we've got Pagani who's up to P5, and then we'll get Cat in P6, Frome in P7, Alvin in P8, onto podium P9, T Smith and Zumpy at the rear at the moment. Oh, Ovens went very wide out the final corner. And T Smith has got passed onto the podium, and Zumpy's also got passed as well. Zumpy's on the soft tyre, which is an interesting choice. He's actually had a big moment, which is going to allow onto the podium to possibly get back past them. I think he's going to sit behind. So that's Zumpy and T Smith overtook onto the podium. Oh, what's just happened there? Unsafe Release has just had a massive moment and is now down to P6. He's certainly not comfortable in that McLaren at the moment. So that's put Lennon up to P2 and Panda up to P3 with Cat right on the back. Or actually that's Pagani right on the back of Cat, but I'm not sure Pagani can actually see Cat. Nope, clearly not. I'll get off that because that's really hurting my head and my eyes. Okay, so that's DRS enabled, so could be seeing a few more overtakes as once again Ovens went very, very wide at the final corner. Onto the podium as into the pits. He was dropping off at the rear. Wasn't comfortable whatsoever. So at the moment we've got Co-Andy P1, Lennon in P2 and Panda just behind him in P3. Just keep an eye on Oven as he might be making a move here on Flying Chrome. He's got a run on him. He swerves to the inside and he's went to Narnia and back. Yeah, that outbroke himself is not the phrase I'd use to describe that. Yep, that was a little bit too late on the brakes there, shall we say. So, Flying Chrome keeps 7th place. Oh, Pagani and Cat are still inside each other. Yeah, certainly not for kids to stream at the moment. Panda's right on the back of Lennon. So keep an eye on that. I'm not going to watch Pagani and Cat as they just... Oh, Zombie's got past Oven actually. Oven's fallen away as well. That was down to the straight at the end of sector 2. Oh, I think Oven actually just grazed the wall there slightly. And he's run a little bit wide through there as well. So we'll keep an eye on Panda and Lennon at the moment. Oh, Panda's run very wide. And then we'll get Unsafe's get DRS as well, and Cat and also get DRS on Pagani. Panda may... Oh, Oven's get his first penalty. Got a 3-second penalty probably. That's at turn 1 and turn 2. Cat's also got a 3-second penalty. Keep an eye, Panda's got a good run here on Lennon. Panda's went to the outside. Lennon's gonna probably hold it. Yep, Lennon keeps hold of P2 at the moment. Thankfully Cat has dropped off the back of Pagani, which can mean I can actually go on board with him and not have to hide my eyes, thankfully. No more mounting is allowed on this stream. It's supposed to be a child-friendly stream. So Panda is still right on the back of Lennon. Pagani is beginning to close on these as well. And we've got Zumpy who's right on the back of Chrome at the moment. Zumpy's still on those soft tyres obviously, and Chrome is on the hard tyres, so he's going to have a big pace difference at the moment, which is why he's getting past quite a few people. Stick on board with this as he's probably going to make a move shortly. Oh, that's... Zumpy's just cut the corner there and he's got a 3-second penalty. He's got a good run on though, he's within a 10th now. He's lost a little bit going through the first few corners though. But he's probably going to get him down into the main DRS straight. Here. T-Smith is closing up to the back of him as well. Zumpy's got a good run on him. He's put his ERS up to overtake and he's going to go down the inside. Flying Chrome's going to try and hold it. Give each other room. Flying Chrome still got the inside line. Zumpy's went round the outside. He's going to have the inside line for the next corner. But he's went really wide, which is compromised his exit, which has allowed T-Smith to try and get a run down the inside. So T-Smith is going to try go round the inside. Good racing here, they're giving each other plenty of room. Oven's getting a little bit interested at the back of this as well. Zumpy's still got P8. Up front is still Coandi, who's got a bit of a 2.5 second gap now, and then Panda and Pagani are in DRS range of Lennon at the moment. Zumpy's still trying to find a possible route past Flying Frome, and the safe is really close to the back of Cat at the moment. Unsafes on the faster mediums. Is that Zumpy back in the pit? It is. Zumpy's in the pits again. Unsafe is right on the back now. He's gonna possibly go down the inside here. It's a long side. Dives it down the inside. Cat tries to go for the switchback. He's gonna dive down the inside. Oh, unsafe, gave him a bit of room. Alvin's got another 3-second penalty, so that's him up to 6 already, I think. A little bit of lag there. Unsafe holds it for this tricky part. Got the straight coming up, but Unsafe seems to get a good run there, so I think he might hold that position now, and he's got the move done. Zumpy's come out right beside onto the podium. Zumpy's went back onto the softs. Interesting strategy at the moment. We'll jump up to the top low as we've still got this battle for P2. All three of these guys are all on the mediums. Coandi's now got a 3.8 second gap as Pagani actually goes into the pits. So CV goes onto the hard tyres, and when he comes out, nope, he's back on the mediums. Oven's get another penalty, so that's him up to 9 seconds already. So you have to keep an eye on that because doesn't want to get too many penalties. Pandas, he's not closing down the straight on Lennon. I think Lennon must be running a bit of a higher downforce as Cat actually is re-overtook Unsafe. DRS straight. T Smith is overtook Frome. These guys have been quite close for a few laps. These guys are all on hard tyres at the moment, so they'll be running a little bit fuller into the race. Flying Frome looks like he's struggling massively at the moment. Keep an eye and see if I've been... Oh, that was a bit close. That's made his exit poor. Keep an eye on Panda and Len, see if any of these come into the pits at the end of the lap since Pagani's came in. Coandi's got a 5-second lead now as Panda actually comes into the pits. So Len is staying out. So I expect that they're probably going to both jump Lennon. Often's got another penalty. I think that's him up to 12 seconds. We've only went through 11 laps. He's really going to have to watch because he's going to end up getting a penalty. Well, penalty disqualified for having too many penalties. Keep an eye on Oven and Frome at the moment. I think, is Pagani going to jump Panda? He is. Pagani has jumped Panda by quite a bit as well. 2.9 seconds, 3.5 seconds. It's a big chunk of time that he's gained just from pitting a lap earlier. Panda's went onto the hard tyres though, and Pagani's back onto the mediums. I don't know if Pagani's going to try and run those mediums quite far in. Maybe go for the softs at the end. But I don't know if they'll go that far that they can get to the softs. Oh! Ovens just went into the back of Frome. And I imagine he's probably lost one there. Yes, he's lost his entire both end plates. So Oven will be coming into the pits at the end of the lap. I am sure of that. It's been a bit of a disaster so far for Oven. He's had 12 seconds of penalties and he's no win, just to top it all off. Keep an eye on... Is Lennon? Yeah, Lennon's coming into the pits now. Keep an eye on where... I think Piani's going to well jump Lennon, so I'll keep an eye on Panda and see where Panda comes out. Oven has retired, so he has. So that means everybody that finishes now will get a point at least. As Lennon and Panda have come out near enough side by side. Panda will already have warmed up tyres though, and he's going to try and maybe go around the outside. And he's going to have DRS as well. So he's overtook him and he's got DRS. But Pagani's got a 4.4 second gap now. So the undercut for Pagani has worked very well for him. So up front we've got Koandi on the mediums, who's still out and has got a comfortable lead now. And then we'll get Cat and P2 who's on the hard tyres, Unsafe and Third who is on the mediums at the moment. Then we'll get T Smith P4, Flying Frome just behind him, and the one remaining Williams. They're both on the hards. And then we've got Pagani who's on the mediums, Panda that's went onto the hards, and so is Lennon. So Pagani's going for a bit of a different strategy at the moment. Keep an eye on Lennon as he's still quite close to the back of Panda. As Andy comes into the pits, you think he should come back out in first, but we'll keep an eye on Pagani's. Unsafe actually comes in as well. Koandi's got the hard tyres coming on. Pagani's is coming down, start finish straight at the moment. He actually jumps Koandi, so Pagani with the undercut has managed to take the lead of the race, but he is on the mediums, so he's going to have to stop again 100%, whereas Koandi, he could make it to the end on those tyres. They'll not be in the best shape, but I think he possibly could make it to the end on the hards from here. Pagani will definitely have to stop again on, put on the softs most likely. I may even actually have to put on the hards. Frome has a 3-second penalty. He's not come into the pits yet. Lennon's still quite comfortably staying in DRS range of Panda at the moment. Cat has took the lead of the race because of the pit stops for the guys in front. Front three are all on hard tyres, so this will give us a good, a decent indication of where the hards can go to. But obviously there was the safety car, so that's changed it very slightly. Koandi's had a moment as Panda's now right on the back of him. I don't think Koandi actually has had the moment. So Pagani's got a 3.4 second lead. So bearing in mind he has to come into the pits at the end, he's going to have a very good final stint to be wanting to get back up there. But obviously we're not entirely sure if the hards are even going to make it anyway. So quite an interesting race. We'll see how it pans out towards the end. Lennon's out of DRS range now, but Panda's well within DRS range of Kawandi. We've got Zumpy that's right on the back of Lennon. He's on the soft tyre and his tyres will be going off very shortly, I'd imagine. Oh, there's a yellow flag. Who is it? Is it unsafe? I'm not sure. It's away anyway now. It's quite a tricky circuit to overtake on, so you can get stuck behind cars for quite a lengthy period of time, so this will definitely not be straightforward for Panda to overtake Kawandi. The gap's come down to Pagani and it's now only 2.6 seconds. Lennon's just outside of DRS range, kind of hovering outside and inside it. Zumpy's dropped off the back of this now as his tyres are probably nearing the end of their life. Zumpy's come into the pits and he's just sped in the pit lane, so he's going to have a 5-second penalty as well. Gap's kind of staying about 2.5 seconds roughly to Pagani now, who's obviously going to be closing in on the guys on the hards ahead of him. Panda is well within DRS range of Kawandi, but as I say, it could be there for some time. Lennon has picked up a 3-second penalty, so that's definitely not going to help him and could have an impact at the end of the race. Kawandi didn't get a very good exit there, so that's allowed Panda to close in a few more temps, so he's now within about 4 temps, is that? Keep an eye on him as Kawandi takes that corner quite aggressively there. Kawandi doesn't look as comfortable on the hard tyres as he looked on the mediums at the start. He was very comfortable on the mediums and he had a very big gap to the cars behind him. This will definitely help Panda's championship hopes though if he gets a decent result here as well. Pagani as well. Pagani's definitely up there in the mix with those guys as well. Unsafe as well, but he's a little bit further back in this race. Lennon's dropped off the back of this now, so he's well outside DRS range now. It's all about keeping calm and round this track, because obviously it's so difficult to get past, but it's easy to make a mistake when you get flustered and stressed out, as I think we've seen with Perez in real life a few seasons ago. As Kawandi once again is a bit of a bad exit, a good helicopter shot there. That on the run down now. He's still within 6 temps of him. Kawandi's closing up quite quickly though to the back of Pagani now, as onto the podium picks up a time penalty, but it's not going to make much of a difference. He's quite far off at the back of the field at the moment. Is that Pagani coming into the pits? Yes, Pagani's coming into the pit lane now already. So he's going to be putting on the hards, I'd imagine, for hopefully his final stint. Panda's right on the back here. This is probably as close as he's been. He's been in 4 attempts. He's in overtake. He's going to try and dive it on the inside. He's going to sit back. Don't want to risk it. Sensible though. If he didn't think he could make it, then there's no point trying to make a move that's not going to happen. Out front, the front three of Cat, T-Smith and Flying Foam have all still not pitted as of yet. So obviously quite clearly the hard tyres can last a decent amount. Pagani is on the hard tyre, they'll comfortably go to the end now. They should do anyway. And has dropped back a little bit around that corner there, but he's gained it back. Oh, who's that? Oh, onto the podium, has lost a little bit of wing. Flying Foam has picked up another penalty. Panda's dropped outside of DRS range now. Koande, he just ran wide as well, it's not going to help him either. He's now 1.3 seconds behind, so he's going to have to close in a bit. Unsafe release has picked up another penalty as well. Penalties could change a few positions at the end of this race at the moment. There's quite a few people picked up a fair few. So the front three have now, I mean it's lap 18 now, so are the front three guys going to try and run as late as possible and maybe put on a set of mediums? I think they'll probably have to go a little bit later though to be able to go into the mediums if T-Smith picks up a penalty, because obviously we had the safety car, so I mean technically they've only done 15-16 laps on the hard tyres, so I can't see the mediums lasting 13 laps if they've only lasted 15-16. But obviously they're still going at the moment, so they could make it last, but they might struggle. There's a yellow flag there in sector 3. Oh, as Cat comes into the pits. So it looks like the tyres have fell off a little bit. Flying Foam's in as well. So T-Smith stays on. So it'll be interesting to see where they come out. They might come out quite close to unsafe actually. So we'll go on board with unsafe as he's coming around the final corner. Onto the podiums, into the pits as well. Getting his front wing changed. So unsafe has jumped him. I think it was Pagani the yellow flag was for, because Pagani's now dropped back quite a bit. Cat's come out in 6th place just behind unsafe, and Flying Foam's a little bit further behind. And Panda's dropped off from the back of Koande quite a bit as well. T-Smith might come in at the end of this lap as well. So I think T-Smith actually started on the mediums possibly. I think he came in at the end of lap 1. I think he's put on the hards. Technically he's run 2 compounds, so he could put on the mediums or the hards again. Whatever tyre he prefers. Depends if he thinks the mediums will last. I'm not entirely sure if they will. Panda's actually lost a little bit of wing. I've just noticed. Panda's lost his end plate, which is probably why he's now dropped off the back of Koande. Cat's now latched onto the back of unsafe. That's maybe quite an easy move Cat could have on unsafe. He's within half a second and he's got a good run on with DRS. He's going to go down the inside, brakes later, gets it turned in. Unsafe's got a decent run, but he doesn't, pulls out. So Cat is up to P5 ready and he's on fresher tyres as well. Panda picked up a 3-second penalty and Lennon's just a second behind now. T Smith is still going on those hard tyres. I'm sure we'll probably see him in the next lap or two. Sumpy's right on the back of Pagani as well at the moment. Cat's just set the fastest lap of a nice and round 1:41, which is very pleasing to the eye. Zumpy's right on the back now of Pagani. Lennon's right on the back of Panda now, who's got that wing damage. Onto the podium's just beat that lap time though with a 1:39.2 on the soft tyres. Zumpy's right on the back now. He's going to easily get this move done. He's going to have already overtook him. Oh, but Pagani is going to try a bit of a switchback. Going to take to the outside. Oh, that was very close to the wall. Oh, Zumpy's caught the kind of wing of Pagani there. Could have left a little bit more space there. Luckily Pagani managed to hold it. Keep an eye on the battle for P3 at the moment, which is technically P2 and P3, as T Smith still hasn't pitted. Spanish still was hard, an awful long time. I'm sure it'll be in very shortly though. Lennon's very close to the back of Panda. I think I've seen 1 or 2 penalties for both of them, so penalties could have a bit of an impact at the end. Lennon's going to get this move done. Yep, an easy move for Lennon. Moves up into P3. T Smith is still going. Pagani had a bit of a moment, so he's away down in P9 now. Cat's beginning to close quite quickly on Panda. And T Smith has come into the pit soon. And he's not. Kowandi's going to catch up with him fairly shortly. He's on 11 lap fresher tyres. I'm amazed Steve Swift has managed to keep his tyres that long. Panda has bailed out. I think he's going to change. Is he going to change his wing? Not sure if the softs should probably go 8 laps. So yeah, he's going to put on the soft tyres. Oh no, he's not. He's actually putting on the mediums, and he's changing his wing as well. So that's going to drop him down at the back. That's kind of ruined Panda's race a little bit. He was in contention for a podium, and now that looks unlikely. Kwandi's now got that gap down to 1.3 seconds. Surely T Smith is going to be in the pits at the end of this lap. It'd be better to do it before Kwandi catches up, because that will cost him time. Oh. Onto the podiums. Had a moment in sector 2. See if you can see his car somewhere. No. Don't know where that's happened. T Smith has stayed out, and that's Kwandi's within DRS now as well. Oh, he went a bit wide out of turn 1. He's a little bit far back though for a move this lap. Pagani's closed back up to the back of Zumpy. Zumpy will need to come into the pits again. Those mediums will not go to the end from here. So unless Lennon can catch up to the back of Kwandi, it's most likely going to be Kwandi that will win this race, barring any issues. Cat has closed up to the back of Lennon, though he's only 4 seconds away with fresher tyres. Lennon has closed a little bit to the gap. I think Kwandi's getting held up slightly by T Smith, who we will see if he comes into the pits at the end of this lap. Oh, Kwandi has a little bit of a slide. Is he coming into the pits? No. He's still staying out. Is he actually going to try and get to the end? I'll be amazed if he manages that, but I can't see it, I'm afraid. Lennon's got the gap down to 2.3 to Kwandi. Kwandi's got DRS, but he's a little bit far back. That's a terrible camera angle. No, T Smith comfortably stays ahead. The issue T Smith has got here though is that the tyre wear is going to be massive on those tyres. Even if he does get to the end, that he does risk getting a puncture if he's going to try and keep to the end on this set. Lennon's got the gap to Kwandi down to 1.6 seconds, and Cat is also closing in this battle. This could end up being a 4-way battle for the lead of this race very, very shortly. Because unless Kwandi can possibly force a move somewhere. That gap's now down to 4 temps. Lennon's closing up at the back as well, and Cat is massively closed up on those mediums as well. Don't know who's going to win this race at this point in time. It's T Smith still stays out. Panda's closing in on the back of Pagani and Zumpy as well. Kwandi's a lot closer to the back of T-Smith now. T-Smith needs a good exit here, or... Oh! Kwandi's got a good exit. This is it. T-Smith is going to try and... Is he going to try and hold it? Nope, Kwandi's got it. So he retains the lead of the race. Lennon, however, is just behind now. And Cat is closing up as well. So T-Smith, I cannot see T-Smith holding out for a podium here at this point in time. Lennon's going to have to get a bit of a move on as well because Cat is not far behind. T-Smith is still though within a second of Kwandi. Lennon's closing quite quickly although on him. I think Lennon, by the looks of it's got a bit of more of a slippy car on the straight. Running a little bit less downforce, possibly, because he looks really quick on the straights. T-Smith won't get DRS in the next straight by the looks of it, so Lennon should get the move done, and then he can possibly try and have a go getting past Kwandi. Zumpy's come into the pits, Panda's right on the back of Pagani, but we'll stick with this battle. T-Smith's actually, I don't know how, but he's still within DRS range, which is kind of going to scupper the chances of Lennon getting past, because T-Smith is also going to close up. Cat is nearly within DRS range as well, so we have got a 4-car battle for the lead at the end of this race. We'll quickly jump to see if Pagani and Panda are near the straight. They are. Panda's actually got past Pagani already. Once again, T-Smith is just outside DRS range. Lennon nearly goes into the back. T-Smith's car, that's going to put Cat within DRS range now as well. So all the action is going to come at the end of this race. Oh, a great finish. Cat looks very quick at the back of this pack though. And T-Smith's tyres must be absolutely gone. Lennon is very quickly catching the back of T-Smith now. Cat is really quick though. Strangely, Lennon didn't. Oh, Lennon's just went wide. He's got another penalty that's going to cost him. I think he's quite a few now. Lennon really needs to get past T-Smith on this straight. And I don't think he's going to do it. Is Cat going to dive down the inside? Oh, that's a bit late. That was a bit of a late move. Lennon is right on the back of T-Smith. Is Lennon going to try and dive it on the inside? He's so close to the back of T-Smith. Panda's actually closed down and flying foam as well. Oh, Zombie's retired. So we're now down to 8. We've had 5 retirements. Lennon is so close to the back of T. Smith. Will he be able to hold it? Lennon's got a much better exit off that corner. We've got another yellow flag. Oh, Panda's had a moment. What's happened to Panda? Oh, sector 1 and sector, what is going on? I don't know what's happening. Oh, is he gonna... Oh, the cat's nearly trying to make a move on Lennon there, but he nearly crashed into the back of him. Has Panda got wing damage? Panda's get more wing damage. Lennon is so close to the back of T. Smith now. He's literally pushing him along that corner. Cat is really late on the brakes into that corner, it's scaring me. Lennon is so close now. Is he going to try and make a move? I'm utterly amazed T. Smith has, number 1, not got a puncture, and number 2 is actually managing to defend with 27 old lap hards. What? Those tyres must be absolutely dead. He's got 2 more laps to manage to hold off 2 cars for a podium. Bear in mind Lennon has got penalties. Don't know why Lennon's not using DRS in that straight. Don't know if he's gonna watch his car. Don't know if he's got a DRS failure. But for some reason he's not using DRS. Oh, Cat nearly tried a late move. No, he is using DRS. This could, oh, this could get close down into this braking zone. Oh, Lennon, is he trying to make a move? Nope, sits behind. Oh, Lennon goes to the outside. Cat tried to make a move there as well. Lennon goes for a tighter line through that corner. Oh! Lennon's crashed. Oh no. Oh. He was pushing and he's... That's so unfortunate. Oh, Cat is just behind now. Hopefully he's going to keep going. This isn't over though. T. Smith could easily get a puncture here. This could still go pear-shaped though. So we're going to have a last lap battle for 2nd and 3rd between Cat and T. Smith. T. Smith has more ERS, so will he be able to manage this and hold off for P2? Coming into the final lap, so they are... Oh, Cat's ran a bit wide. Cat is going to get an amazing run. T. Smith has more ERS with 2 attempts. T. Smith takes a good line. Cat. Oh! Cat's got past T. Smith a little bit aggressive at that corner, but it's difficult to overtake, so he did force a move, but wasn't too aggressive. So Koandi is coming round in the 3rd sector now. and he comes round the final corner to take the wing round Singapore. Cat comes home, P2, T Smith comes home just behind, and P3. Unsafe as get past Lennon, who has wing damage on the final lap. Unsafe gets P4. Lennon drops back a bit because of his penalties. Frome's got another penalty just to end on, so Pagani jumps him up to P6. Panda's going to finish in P8. All got a little bit exciting towards the end of that race. Very close finish, and unfortunately for Lennon, he's made a little bit of a mistake and he's lost that possible podium. So just invite the guys in for some interviews. T Smith should be joining very shortly, so I'll just start with you, Andy. That was actually surprisingly comfortable. You kind of got away at the start, other than having to overtake T Smith. That seemed quite comfortable, to be honest.
It helped with the fact that Ox managed to retire with DNF at the start.
Yeah, do you know what happened? We never caught it, so I didn't really.
I think he just out of, excuse my call numbers, I think core turn 6 or 7. I think he just lost the back end and hit the wall.
Right.
And yeah,
right. Okay, fair enough.
Apart from that, it was just a don't hit the wall, don't get any damage. I nearly at the start of my second stint, I almost dropped the back end and lost it, and that gave Panda big time to catch up, and he was behind me for quite a few laps until no damage.
Right. So you didn't actually. Did you have any penalties? I don't think you had any, did you?
No.
Not a single one. That is very impressive in Singapore. That is very impressive. Did you think T Smith was going to come into the pits, or did you expect?
I expected him to stay out, as he had nothing to lose, really, did he?
I mean, fair enough.
If he did a pit, I would expect him to go on a short stint on softs at the end, but I think it's just a tyre wear eventually caught with him, because I slowly just closed the gap and then the overtake was simple enough.
So next race is double check what the next race is. Usually I double check this, but because Nexus Aspect wasn't here, I have to do everything. I'm not used to that. So it's Italy next week. So Monza. How is that for you? Obviously you'll probably not be in a Renault next week, so
I think I expect myself to be in either the Williams or the second
Toro
slowest car.
Rosso probably, yeah.
It's depending how kind or evil Connor will be. But yes, I don't expect to be fighting at the front. I would just expect to be fighting in the midfield for points, and hopefully it'll be another clean penalty-free race.
Cool. Well, good luck. But 2 wee seconds, I just need to invite T Smith again. I don't think he. I did invite him, but 2 seconds. Hopefully that should solve that issue. I'll just interview Kat then out, and then I'll come back to T Smith afterwards. So your race was a little bit more interesting. You had you started on the hards, didn't you? And then you went really far into the race, and then went on to the mediums at the end. At any point there, did you think you could have possibly won it? Because I was questioning that. You caught up quite quickly.
I was sure if I could have just overtake T. Smith and Lennon straight away, I think 100% I would have won the race. I was so much faster, I was flying on the track, but I just couldn't move, get past those moving barricades, so...
Yeah, it's not an easy track to overtake, so I did think it could have been a 4-way finish at the end. I think you actually, did you have a 5-second penalty, didn't you? Pit lane?
I had one 3-second penalty.
1 3-second penalty, so that's not bad actually. So in terms of that race, was the tyres alright? Did you always want to do the 1 stop? Because I mean quite a few people did 2 stops, I saw a few 3 stops due to damage, but was the 2 stop always the...
I didn't even check my strategy because I hate Singapore, and I think I have never finished a race in Singapore, and I was slow at Singapore, so I don't know what happened. Why was I so fast, especially in that asshole car? So
yeah. Well, that's a decent finishing place for considering you don't usually finish here. So next week it is Italy. I'm guessing you probably don't want to be in the Haas because the brakes aren't particularly good for that car. So how are you around Monza?
Monza is a pretty easy track, so everyone should be relatively fast there. So I don't know. I'm usually not that fast there, and I'm not expecting much. But you never know.
Well, good luck for next week, and congratulations on P3. P2, sorry. So, T. Smith, I don't know how you managed to get your tyres to the end. I kept thinking in lap 22, lap 23, I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna pit, he's gonna go into the softs, and then you never did go onto the softs. So how were your tyres at the end? Were they all right, or were they dead?
Like 88%.
Oh,
just puncture waiting to happen. With the boys who qualified in front of me were too fast. I had Cat behind me on the hards during the safety car.
Yeah.
So I thought I'm going to get swamped because I knew Cat would get the jump on me sort of on an overcut.
Yeah.
Knew Andy, Ox, someone else was in front of me as well. They were all too quick because I was so happy it was wet qualifying because I had no chance in the dry. So I just thought, the hards might go to the end under a safety car. And that was it.
I mean, I honestly couldn't believe you actually managed to take them to the end. So, in terms of next week, are you expecting to be in a similar car, or are you...
Yeah, I think the cars don't change too much now, do they? I think everyone's sort of...
Yeah, kind of leveled out.
Settled, so there's not too much difference between the bottom midfield and, say, if you're in the Alpha Tara, so it doesn't make that much difference.
Yeah, exactly. So it's Monza, so you all right round there?
I think everyone will be a lot closer because, like Kat said, it's an easy track to be quick on. So I think with it being a short lap.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hopefully we have a a good
Good
race
race.
again. That battle at the end was very interesting. I was enjoying that. So well done to all three of yous, and hopefully we'll see you on the podium for a few
Cheers.
races.
Well done, guys.
Thank you very much.
So that is the end of Formula Performance Round 6. Next week, as I say, we are in Monza. That's not the end of the action this week, though. We have GT Sport tomorrow, which is round 11 and round 12, if I can remember correctly. I think so. And then we also have our charity event on Sunday for Mind, which will be the 4-hour endurance race from 6 till 10. So hopefully we'll see quite a few of you then. But have a good evening and goodbye.